Alright, since we're waiting on this thing to remove the rust, I hope. Tell you, the biggest problem is going to be keeping a darn cat out of it. That's probably going to be the biggest obstacle. Stupid things. While we're doing that, I'm going to work on this screwdriver handle. Remember, the last time I made this one, this is just basically for me to it's supposed to be like a chisel, but a little small chisel where I can kind of gouge stuff with. The closer I can get it to a chisel, the better off I'll be. I know the backside, it's flat, the backside is flat, but you still got this rolled steel right here that's going to keep it from being as flat as that. See how this is tapered on both sides? Well, this one isn't. But anyway, I can still use this for what I need to use it for. I need to sharpen it first. But what I'm going to do now is, I know y'all seen those wooden handles that look like squares, but they got the edges cut off of them on screwdrivers, older screwdrivers. That's what I'm going to do with this one right here. I'm going to take this plastic one off, and I'm going to make a handle out of this poplar. Now this poplar, excuse me, this poplar is hard. I mean, it's really kind of hard. It's almost like rock. And it's kind of hard to shave, but what it does do is it doesn't splinter. Where you cut it is where it's going to be cut. It ain't like this soft pine right here. I can't tell you how many pieces I've butchered up with that little soft pine stuff. It's not soft. It's kind of hard. It's a hardwood. So where you cut it is pretty much where you're going to cut it, and it makes it easier to shape. Now that soft pine or any other softwood for that matter, it's easy to dig and it's not hard to push through, but it will splinter and run on you like crazy. This poplar isn't. This poplar is what I used to make that little bookshelf out of last year. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit and kind of getting some of these corners off. And of course, the sharper the chisel, the better it's gonna push. And there's no law saying you got to dig an inch at a time. All you're doing is basically just shaving. You're just shaving. And what I'll do is I'll just kind of take these corners off. Y'all hear it digging in that wood? I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but this battery charger going off in my background. I sharpen these chisels. I went to digging on this one before I had sharpened my chisel, and I gouged some of it up, just gouging it up, and I thought, no, I ain't fit to start this, so I went and sharpened my chisel. This is just a 1-inch chisel right here, just a standard El Cheapo project source from, it's got to be from Lowe's, I think. But that's what it is. Just remember, any metal that you have to sharpen, the softer the metal, the easier it is to sharpen, the easier it is to get it back sharp, but it's also the easiest to dull. The harder the metal is, the harder it is to sharpen, but once you put an edge on it, it stays there for a good little bit, and it does a pretty good job of holding its edge. So it's really kind of what you want to do. I'd rather have a soft one, that way I know when it's going dull, I can stop and sharpen, do what I need to, and it's easy to sharpen, because if you sit there and try to sharpen a real hard metal, you'll just wear your arms out, wear your shoulders out just trying to sharpen these things. But we'll do that. We're going to try, like I said, we're going to, hate to leave this thing on and me not be here, so I'm going to be working on this. Just kind of shaving the corners off is all I want to do. I don't want it round like this one here. I don't want it perfectly round. What I want is I want it to be flat, curvy, flat, curvy, flat, curvy. I mean, I want to put some sort of little, I don't want to dig into that darn corner. So I'm going to have to cut these ends off anyway, so I'm not really worried about the ends. I just want to get those corners off. See, that one right there feels pretty good already. Like I say, I'm gonna cut these ends off anyway because the handle, the screwdriver that's going on ain't gonna be about that long. So I'm not really worried so much about the handle length. I'm gonna cut these ends off. So I'm not worried about shaping up these ends here, the end of his and the back side here. I'm not so much worried about shaping that up because I'm gonna cut it off and then either file it down or sand it down. It's hard to stay straight on them corners too. And that's the importance of having your file that's flat on this back side. So when you lay it down and you lay it down flat on something, all it's going to catch is the impurities on that corner. You keep it flat, it'll only catch what's sticking up. See there? That's going to help your chisel to be, your chiseled piece to be nice and smooth. You just about don't even need a piece of sandpaper on that. Might need some more shaving right there. Right there. This is an old piece. This is a piece that I found over here in the corner. Didn't have another use for it, so I decided to try to make a screwdriver handle out of it. Should have got on further on it, the piece of that one. This little small piece of wood, I usually started off with my coping saw and then get my box saw. Because if not, that box saw's just grab it and sling it before it really even starts cutting good. So I get it started with that old coping saw. Probably need another box saw. This one's, we used a fire out of this one. Try not to tear it up. I may just go all the way with that coping saw. This one worked, this one didn't. I'm gonna have to just get me another one, either that or sharpen that one up. Of course, when you got something that small, you really don't need to be using a big old box. So, anyway. There we go. There we go. And that is my screwdriver handle. Almost. Still got a lot of work to do to it. I'm going to bevel these corners down, or all four of these sides all the way down, kind of taper them down a little bit. And do the same thing with this end, because I'm going to sand this off a little bit, smooth it out. But that's basically the handle part, is the piece, you know, that I'm going to use. These I can throw at the cats. Sorry, dogs. They're around here somewhere. Okay, y'all, that's going to do it for this section of the video. What we're going to do is I wanted to post some shorter videos because I know some folks like shorter videos and some folks like the longer videos. So that's why I was going to try to bust these up a little bit. So this one right here will be just a few minutes long. I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes for each section. I'm not anywhere close to being done with this thing, but I am kind of proud of the way it looks. Kind of happy with the way it looks and how it's made up, and it's real soft now. So I'm going to do this one. I'll probably do another one, and then probably, you know, however many more. But I will bust them up just to try to keep them. Yeah, just to try to keep them a little short. That way you're not invested for no 30 minutes. My normal episode that I put out every Monday is still going to be a little bit longer video. But this one right here won't be very long. Make sure you subscribe, like, hit the bell. If you have any comments, put them down below. All right. Thank y'all for watching. That's all I got.